And what you said about, want just being part of this particular process, almost like a rat race that you just mentioned before we went live, it takes away from us also sort of coming in touch with what it is that really inspires us, what our passion is, right? And how that aligns. I think it is important to talk about it because at least like in the recent part especially, it's become very mechanical. In my limited work experience, that's what I've noticed. What I'd like to understand is um, how can we give the opportunity of a culture in a way that doesn't take away from a person's, from the individual's passion in a timely fashion, especially because culture takes time to set. So that's what I'd like to hear your thoughts on.
In fact, since you talked regarding this word called rat race, it's very important. When you are driven by inspiration in an organization, there is something called energy positivity, which means you rather gain energy working. You are doing a task and you are gaining energy rather than losing energy. You by the evening, you not say I'm tired, you say I'm charged up. Now, in a toxic environment, it's a highly instruction based culture, but in a happy environment, it's inspiration based. So, first of all, for happiness, you don't have to push Neha. It is very natural. I told you Homo sapiens history. Happiness is natural to us. We just have to simplify. We have to just declutter and do the common sense. We don't have to really design it in a very complex and sophisticated manner. Everybody, at the end of the day, all of us are employees. Even the top guy in the company is an employee. He wants happiness. He wants less toxicity. So for a happy workplaces, I call it a formula where the livelihood meets with learning and growth. Because why do we work? We work for livelihood as a prime reason, but when that meets with learning, because then a person is happy when he is learning, he is growing. That's a basic need of happiness. But great organization even tops up that with love of an objective or a purpose. So in the general place, a top management or a leadership does not have to work very hard. They just have to find that in the whole scheme of structure, are they giving learning opportunity at every point? Are they giving the opportunity to grow at every point? Good enough. So livelihood, meetings, learning, and individual growth will give you a happy workplace. But some of the organization, I'm very proud that at Hela we could do that, is we add the cherry on the top is the purpose, which is so compelling, so melting everybody that, for example, if my child asks me, Papa, what do you do? I can't tell I'm doing meetings, I'm doing presentation. It is not inspiring for him. The moment I say I'm saving life on Indian roads, when we had the chance to design the objective of the company, we said technology of tomorrow for the life of today on Indian roads about arresting road deaths. Every day millions of us use road and 415 families does not get back their people home. So when you have empathy, actually passion comes from pain. If you look at the passion as a word, it comes from pain and empathy. So when you have that empathy, your energy is bound to multiply. And in a happy workplace, the top management has to just decide on the vision and be true to that. I don't think they need to push it. They just have to live it. Once they start living it, the whole organization will start living it. And it just flows down the line. Of course, if the purpose is very, because nowadays you see that there's something called ESG, and you just saw that the global leaders have come together, even at United Nations, and they are talking about corporates should work for social development goals to be aligned with their goals. Now, why are they talking? They are talking because at the end of the day, we are society. That is how Homo sapiens survived. And if corporate, we do have so much of inequality in income today? Also, same reason. Because we all work on strategy, which is deciding only on capital productivity. We have to look at employee productivity. We have to look at talent happiness. And this is where importance lies, that if we are ensuring that everybody is happy, they will rather gain energy and then the innovation will happen. You hear Steve Jobs talking about it. And he said, and it influenced me so much. He said, in today's volatile world, so ambiguous, so difficult, if you really have to work hard, hard enough, because it's not easy to get success. It's not easy to get financial KPI successful, not easy to get your markets conquered. To put that much of energy, you need to be driven by something soft called passion. Only salary will not be good enough. Compensation benefits will not be good enough. And that is where happiness is prime to success of the company. So not only individual level, even organizational level, that balance has to happen.